Hello, welcome to part 6 of this video series, Ruby on Rails Airbnb clone. So in last video we integrated Tailwind CSS. So in this video we'll customize Tailwind CSS a bit and we'll focus on the Airbnb header. So finally we will start working on our website. So let's start our server. We won't be using Rails server because we want to compile our Tailwind CSS also. So for that, we will be using bin/dev. Let's see, refresh. Okay, so it's working. It's showing this logo because I tried out some things, but yeah, in your case, it might not be the same. And I know it's a bug for me also because I don't have this logo right now. Anyways, let's first focus on changing this logo. Airbnb. Let's focus on title first. Okay, so it is Airbnb, holiday rentals, cabins, beach houses, and more. So let's directly jump into this. It's part of app, views, layout, and application. Our entire website starts from this particular page. Okay, and from this we render subsequent page. For example, this yield is rendering a index page of home. So let's change this here. What was the title? Airbnb holiday rentals. Holiday rentals, then what's it? Cabins, beach houses, and more. Okay. Cabins, beach houses, and more. Great. That's title. Now let's set up the favicon icon too. So for that, I don't remember on top of my head. Um, Rails favicon icon. Let's open this. Yeah, this was the one I had used in my previous videos. I can type this. Okay, so we have to use this tag in our head tag. Uh, place favicon.icon. This is the file name in our app assets images. And if you are using us, okay, fine. So let's do this. Head tag. I'll do this here. No. Icon tag or link tag? Link tag. Let's name it as favicon.ico. Okay, so this file name is ready, but we haven't created this file. So for that, I'll go to Airbnb, right click, inspect, and in this we can go to head. And I already know that these icons have an extension of .ico, similar to .png, JPG, SVG. These have ICO. So let me try to find .ico. Okay, it's here. So let's open this. Let's save this. Save image as on desktop. Save. Great. Now we have to paste it in app assets images. Great. App assets images directly inside this. So I'll just take it from here and paste it. Okay, if you, for my case it's already rendering, but for you it should render now. And what else do you have to change? This looks good. Okay, now let's focus on the header part. So there are two parts to this header. Let me hide this. There are two parts to this header. One is this expanded view and second one is collapsed view. We'll focus on the collapsed view only because in expanded view there are stays experiences and online experiences. But for this video series purposes, I'm focused on stays only. If you know stays, you can create these other two also. So we won't need this expanded view. We'll need this view only. And to it would be hard to find the exact code for this. But on left side we have a logo, on middle we have something like search, and on right side we have something like profile, which is a standard view for any website actually. So as I mentioned, I'll be using Tailwind CSS as well as Tailwind UI. So let's go to Tailwind UI components. This is a paid product, but whatever I'm copying from here, I'll directly paste it in some file. You don't have to create those files, but you can use my GitHub library to get those particular code. Okay. So we are talking about Navbar. Let's go to Navbar. This won't work for us. And we anyway we need it in light theme, white maybe. This doesn't have search. This does have search, but it doesn't. It might work. We'll see if we want so. Okay, this one looks good, but it's in dark, light. Okay. So I think this one is again a problem. This one is perfect for us. We don't need these dashboard, team projects, and calendar. We'll remove that. No worries. So let me copy this. Okay, so now I'm creating one file. This file is just for sharing this code for with you guys. You don't have to create this for running this project. So this is Tailwind CSS templates. Okay, and in that I'll name it as underscore navbar dot html dot erb. Even if it was not underscore, that would have been fine. But anyways, so I've just copied this entire code here, just so that you can go to my GitHub and copy this code. Other than that, I won't be using this in this particular project. Now let's focus on actually implementing this correctly. So this was the one that I focused on. Let's copy this and where should I put this? Let's put this directly above home for now. Save. I pasted this entire code directly inside my body and above yield in application.html.erb file. And let's have a look how it looks. It does look correct. Okay, but if I'll keep on adding my entire code in this particular file, it will create problems. So let's undo this. Oh, sorry. Okay, in React we have components. So similar to that, in Ruby on Rails we have partials. So it can be any particular component or any particular view that we can render anywhere. So we want this navbar to be rendered just above this yield. So we'll create a separate partial, separate file and store this navbar in that particular file, and we'll call that file here. Okay, so this is how it will work. Okay, create a separate file, use that file here. Simple. Okay, first step is creating that separate file. So it's a partial, and partials are created in a very specific way. So sorry, let me create a new folder, maybe named, I can name it as shared, or let's do keep it simple for now. Okay, let's keep a new folder directly header. Okay, and in that underscore header.html.erb. So if it is a partial will always start with underscore. That way Rails knows that it's a partial file and not a full page that we want to render. And so yeah, it will act as a component if you are starting with underscore. Let's paste this code here. Nope. Copy. Now let's directly start using this. If we will refresh this, obviously we won't be able to see this because we haven't used this header file anywhere else right now. So let's go to application. Now we want to render this particular UI, right? So we'll start with Ruby code. Now we want to render this so equals to, and the command is render, then file name. What would be the file name? It starts inside views. So header slash header. Okay. Now it looks bad. Header slash header looks bad. Let me do one thing. I'll just remove this file and paste it in layouts directly. Layouts slash header. Okay. I've done this just to not create confusion. Header slash header would look really bad in code. Okay. Now let's see if this works. Yep, it works. Great. Now let's focus on this code correctly. What does it say? This example requires some changes in config file, tailwind config.js. Okay, let's go to config, tailwind config.js. What does it say? It requires forms. Okay, in plugins. Plugins, we already have that. So now we can remove this. We don't need this. That's great. Now let's again focus on our. In this, currently we don't need this dashboard team and this entire section. So let's remove this. Dashboard. Okay, it's here. We don't need this entire section nav. Let's remove this. But there is another dashboard. I think that's for mobile. So let's remove this also. This entire div. We don't need these four things. Okay, let's refresh. Yeah, dashboard has been removed. We don't need this notification icon. We won't be using it. Yeah, we won't be using this notification icon. And I think I won't implement notification. We'll see. No worries. Okay, span. Okay, I think it's the entire button. Let's remove this. Again, another for web also, notification. Let's remove this. Notification has been removed. We have this drop down. We want this profile and drop down also. Yep, we want this profile and drop down. Search, we will update when we are implementing new search, and we can change this logo. So for changing this logo, let's go to Airbnb, right click, inspect. It's an A tag, so we will create that later on. Okay, expand this. SVG. So it's an SVG file. Now the advantage of SVG is I can directly copy this, copy element. Let's use this. This is the image tag that is getting used. So let's paste our SVG directly here. Yep, it's working, but the color is an issue. And the reason for that would be, okay, so they are using current color. No worries, we will have to introduce this color in our code. So for that, we want to introduce custom color in Tailwind. There are a couple of ways here. One is we can introduce this color in CSS and use that class here uh, in our SVG file or in here wherever we want. But a better way would be to use custom colors in Tailwind. So for that, Tailwind custom colors. Okay, using this I can get the current default colors, and I can override this colors array in our theme. So what I will do is I will use these default colors, whatever colors are there, I want those. Along with that, I will add one more entry, which will be like primary color. Here they have added brown, but I think I'll add primary. Okay, So let's do this. Let's go to our config, tailwind config.js. Okay, default theme is already there. I think we need colors. So colors. Where was this? It's multiple. Okay, colors only. Tailwind CSS colors, tailwind CSS colors. Great. Now, inside colors, I can use this theme. Now I'm using an spread operator from JavaScript. Dot 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 this. So all these colors will get used here. And along with that, what I can do is I can add my own color, primary. There is two way I can add colors. One is directly mentioning the color code, but I want two or three, mostly three variants of this color. One is the simple primary color, the dark one, and the light one. Something like 500, 700, 200, something like that. So for that, if I use default for 500, if I use 500, I can use this color anywhere as primary dash 500. But if I use default, I can use this particular color code as primary. So let's do that, and along with that, dark, and finally light. We will introduce these three colors. Let's see. I'll try to find all these color codes. Airbnb color palette. If you can find the exact color codes and its shade. This is the basic color code that we need, but it's only one. Okay, let's use this for now. This is the default one. Oops. And we need the dark one. Dark one. Let's have a look. This looks like dark one. I'm not fully sure. Okay. If you'll notice this, it's a bit different. It depends upon mouse, but that would be too much for this project. I think this search might work. Let's pick this color. FF385C. FF385C. Okay, for now we'll keep it like this. FF385C. We'll remove the light one for now. Okay, let's check this out if this works actually. So because we have made changes to the config file, we'll have to rebuild this. For that, bin/dev, which will build this tailwind file also, as well as this entire Rails server also. And now we want to use this color. So for that, we'll go here. We use class text, then any color name. So for us, it is primary. Notice that I'm not writing default, because if I'm writing primary, it will automatically go to this, and if I'm writing primary dash dark, it will go to this. Okay, so let's see if this works. If it does work, great, great, great. And if I use primary dark, it works too. The color code did change. Yep. And if I use, let's say, yellow, I just want to make sure that default colors are also working. These colors which we have used. Yellow is not working. Not working, not working. Okay. Have I made any mistake? Or let me try to search. Rails, Tailwind, CSS assets are not working. CSS. I think I have faced this issue earlier. Pages components. Nope, this is for React. It's not for Rails. It's not for Rails. Dash CSS Tailwind. I've already used this. This is fine. Let's. I think I found it on Reddit. This one. I tried to change body color. This body color. This it doesn't change unless. Okay. Yes. I think it should work. So this is a config related change. Again, this person has not mentioned the file name, but we can try to understand where it might be. It should be part of config and it should be part of development somehow and not any other thing. There, okay, it's mentioned here also. Okay, in development.rb file. Not the following keywords. If precompiled assets are available, they will be served even if they no longer no. Okay, development RB config environment development RB. Let's copy this. I'll mention this comment and let's compile this entire project again. Will this work? Do we even have yellow? I think we should have yellow. Let's use something else, red. Red is something different. Let's try blue. It's working. Okay, so maybe the mistake was from my side. Let me try to remove this. Let's recompile. I did mention that the videos will be a bit raw, so bear with me. And I do know there will be very less people who will watch these videos, but it's fine. Yeah, it is working. So let me have a look why they have mentioned this in Ruby guides. Local pre-compilation, sometimes you may not want or be able to compile assets on the production server. For instance, you may have limited write access to production system. In such cases, you can pre-compile assets locally, that is, add a file of compiled production-ready assets to your source code repository before pushing to production. Oh, okay. This will help in that. Okay, no worries. We won't use it for now. We'll just keep it commented. We don't need it right now. Let's try out some more colors just to be sure. Zinc. And finally again, primary. Now you might be noticing that why I have kept it primary, because it is easy to remember. At the same time, it won't conflict with any other color code. So I normally keep my color codes as primary uh, and ascent because they won't create problem with any other color code. Great. Tailwind config. This configuration has been done. This has been done. This has been done. Great. The height of this entire layout is different. Let's have a look. Nope. It's 80. Yeah, it's 80 px in height. So let's go to Tailwind height. we want 80 px height, right? So for that, h20. And generally, whatever height you need in pixels, divide that by 4. It might be a part of HTML CSS library. But for example, if you are using 88, that doesn't mean H22 will work. It's not part of this. Okay. So if you have a look at it, it works like something like that. That for initial parts, it's decimal zero point 0.5 to 3.54. Then it comes up as one difference, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then after 12, it has two difference. And after 16, it is multiple of 4 and keeps on increasing like this. So for us, 20 should work. Yeah, it should work. But along with that, I think there was one more change that I had noticed, but can't remember. Yes, this change. This is a style block. Display is block. So we can use this as block, which is a Tailwind class directly, and remove this. Along with this, H20. Let's see. Okay, the height has increased, but the items are not in center. What can we do? Wait, this is for mobile view and we are focused on web only right now. So the height should be part of this. Is there any attribute which is getting used? Nope. So height 20. Great. And py auto. Nope. Flex items center. Nope, it should not be flex. Let me understand this. Inspect. Place item center, but it is for grid only. Okay, this is height 16. Maybe this should work. Yep, we don't need this h20 here. We can directly do this for internal component. And it works. So that's it for now. We'll continue this in next video. It has already been a long video. And yeah, thank you and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.